Oh my gosh. Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we're going to do? Oh, it's going to be a long time. All right. So,
That's great.
Cold open question. Penny, what was your first job?
Discovery Zone.
What did you do there?
Well, I do the cash register, did the snack bar, cleaned up, did birthday parties, basically everything.
That's a fun first job.
It was so much fun because it was all teenagers. And it was great.
Did you not babysit as a kid? Wouldn't that be your
Isn't that what
first job?
Discovery Zone kind of is? Professional babysitting?
No, I mean, I was 15 when I started working like at Discovery Zone.
You were almost a children's minister from the start. That's
No, I didn't really babysit. I had an older sister, so she got most of the babysitting when we were younger.
She took all the gigs.
Mm-hmm. And I did start working at like a before and after school program, like at 14. But I don't like remember that. My real job, like with like a W2 and stuff, was Discovery Zone.
And out of business, so good.
It was so much fun though. They need to bring it back.
I'm telling you, you're going DZ at Discovery Zone. Mm-hmm. Our kids see some of the things online with that, and they're like, "That looks like so much fun."
I still know how to answer the phone.
Let's hear it. Come on.
Thank you for calling Discovery Zone, home of the Fox Kids Sports Spectacular. How can I help you?
The Fox Kids Sports Spectacular?
That's what we had to say.
I still have my Fox Kids Club membership card. We can bring that in next time. It's pretty exciting. Jeremy, what was your first job?
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
The infamous
KFC
weed spot in Shepherdsville. It's good.
Well, it was in Shepherdsville. It was Hillview.
Oh, Hillview. I'm sorry.
But we exchanged with Shepherdsville.
Yeah.
Is it still the weed spot?
No, that guy that worked there is long gone.
Are you sure?
Honestly, he might still be there, but
like I used to get a number 9 here.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
It wouldn't surprise me actually if he's still there.
Right.
I used to get a dime bag of fried special recipe.
His name was Chad. I don't think.
Oh no! What
this?
Flip that out. Good. Chad, if you're out there, call in. Let us know you're still slinging.
So we're at KFC. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right. My first job was at. Do you remember Angelo's Pizza in South End?
Yeah.
I worked there for one night.
Oh, okay.
It was a bad job.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, hey, I would like an after school job. That's what I'm here for. Just something after school. Until close, I can do whatever. And I worked a long night, and I kept burning my hands on the pizza thing. And the people there were like, you'll callous up and get used to that. And I thought, well, that's not really what I want. But all right. And then I started getting my hours, and they were like, well, it's Friday 4 to 12, and then Saturday 5 to. I'm like, well, this is not after school means like after school, not the whole weekend. Like I'm not going to school all week and then working 40 hours on the weekend. You're out of your mind.
So I guess that leads into a really interesting question about how do you feel about your children working when they come of age? Like, let's say they're 16. We have made a decision that we would prefer them not to unless they really need to. So we're going to try to do our best to not let our kids get jobs as teenagers.
Yeah. Jeremy?
I think it's good for them. I think it's good for them to have that responsibility. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think if nothing else, just managing money, like just learning early on how to manage money and how to make your paycheck, do all that stuff. So
I like the idea of that. I also like the idea of them not having to do things like that because they're so much different than we were, because I quit playing sports and just got a job so I could afford car insurance and gas and pay for things like that. But I don't see my children driving anywhere. I don't see them. And I mean, it might be happening. It's right around the corner. And I'm like, I don't know how you're going to get, quite frankly, a car, but much less how you're going to pay insurance. And right. Lily found out how much gas cost this week and about had a stroke because she was talking about what she wanted to do as an adult. And I'm like, just enjoy being in 4th grade because it costs $40 to fill this gas up.
Let me edit my answer. I think it would be good for them to get a job. I would be very selective of what type of job they would get.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't, in hindsight, working in fast food. First of all, KFC was the funnest job I ever had probably, but I also got exposed to a lot because of the work environment we were in.
Yeah.
I would be I would want something that was willing to work. I would not want them to do what you're doing, like quitting sports or quitting anything. But no, I would be okay with them getting a job, but it would have to be selective of still what it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't think a 16-year-old, honestly, having worked in the food industry, should be working in the food industry.
Yeah.
There's
it's
a lot.
Hard.
There's a lot, and you get exposed to a lot because there's a lot of older people that are still there, and it can be rough. Even fast food can be rough.
Yeah.
So.
Two steps back.
That was Paul Abdul, MC Scat Cat and Penny with Opposites Attract.
I'm pretty sure that when I was in dance as a kid, that was one of our songs that we had to dance to.
Now, I feel like in those days, we really got away with a lot because when I worked and followed that cheerleading company around for a couple of years was really the end of it. The copyright-free world that we used to live in where you just dance to that and it was fine.
Yeah.
Because like a couple of years after I quit, they really cracked down and I don't know if they couldn't sell the videos anymore, but I know some of the places got in trouble and, like we were reproducing copyrighted music because we were filming what was going on there. And it's a gray area, but technically we could lose a bunch of money, like millions of dollars in lawsuits. But I think all the teams had to get original music because they weren't paying, $50,000 a piece for their mixes. And they were putting, 10 hot songs in a 2-minute performance, so. We really lived in a golden age, guys, that we didn't know.
We really did.
So, well, hey, Jeremy, welcome back.
Hey.
Jeremy, since the last time. Oh, that's Jeremy there, Pastor Jeremy.
Hi.
We got.
Let's not do that.
That's not.
We got Penny over here too.
Hi.
And Paul, of course, on the ones and twos. And we are back with another episode. And Jeremy, today it's quite cold again, but last week Jeremy was in Florida. How was that?
It was cold. It was actually the first day I was there, the high was 48. And the second day I was there, the high was 59.
Yeah, well, that's
in Orlando.
All of his friends were still here. I know, sad.
Oh, I haven't told you about my travel experience because you sent a text saying like you hope it's terrible so that
okay, well, real quick, I said I hope it's great, but if it's terrible, it'll be better for the podcast. So let's hear it.
So I flew Southwest. It's the first time I've flown Southwest since they've changed over their whole system. I will never fly Southwest ever again. It was pretty terrible. Like it was honestly, as much as I made fun of Spirit was 1,000 times better than flying Southwest this time. So one of the things that happened is now you have to buy a seat, right? You get a seat just like everywhere else.
Yeah.
Well, what they don't tell you and make clear is you still have to check in. So I was just going to check in.
What does that even mean?
So like used to be, if you flew Southwest, you want to check in as 24 hours before your flight takes off to get in the boarding group A, B, C, D, whatever.
Is that how that worked? Because I think it was still the when you bought the ticket, it determined that. It was when you checked in?
No, when you checked in. So
I don't
you
remember
could
that, but that's fine.
You could pay to get in boarding group A, or if you were like priority member.
Right.
Okay, but long story short, so theoretically, like if your flight takes off at 5 the day before, if you check in, you're probably in boarding group A or B, so you get to pick your seat, right? Well, now they've moved to the system where you just buy a seat, which
is great.
Yeah. So, well, in theory.
Well, let's hear you out.
So I bought my seat. I knew I had to check in because pretty much every flight still makes you check in before you get there. But I was just going to do it on my way to the airport, because I have a seat. Well, they still do boarding groups. So I was in boarding group A, 8. Which is the very last boarding group.
No, that's no good.
So I was one of the last people on the plane. Well, they thought it was going to be, and that was the day that there were really bad storms. So a bunch of flights had been delayed and all that stuff. So I get to the airport. I'm still worried about TSA. So I think my flight was at like 6. I plan on getting to the airport at like 3:30 or no 4. And I pre-check all that. So I get to I'm on my way to the airport and I get a text that my flight has been delayed by 2 hours. So I go back home, I'm running on the treadmill, and all of a sudden I get a text, and they're like, now your flight is at 5:30. So I'm sitting there in my mind, I'm going, okay, so I got to rush to the airport. So get to the airport, get through security in like 2 minutes. Like there was nobody there. Yeah. Like, so I went right through security, get another text that now says my flight's not taking off till 9:30. So then I'm like, well, now I'm here at the airport 4 hours early. Like, this is dumb. So I'm like sitting there. I was going to go sit down at the, I don't know the name of it, but like the little like restaurant next to Smash Burger. If you've been in the Louisville airport recently,
it's the only one. It's like a bar.
Yeah, it's like a bar restaurant. So I was gonna sit there and just hang out and watch some basketball or something. And all of a sudden, I get a thing that says your flight is boarding now. And I'm like, what? So I rushed to the terminal. They had boarded early because the whole holdup was because they didn't have flight attendants.
Yeah.
Well, 2 other flight attendants volunteered for another flight. But I'm sitting there in my mind and I'm going, like, imagine if you'd gotten that text saying not till 9:30 and you'd not been at the airport. Yeah. So they kept doing it. It was literally changed 4 times. So finally, I'm about to get on the plane, and the lady looks at me and she's like, we need people to check their bags because we're not going to have enough heads or overhead bin space. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, I'm in boarding group 8. And she's like, oh, well, you need to check your bag.
Yeah.
So
and she spit on you.
She takes my bag and she keeps it there with her. And then this guy walks over and just grabs my bag. At this point, my bag doesn't have a tag on it or nothing. He takes it. So I at least stop him and say, hey, I need to make sure this gets to where I'm going. Because they used to do where if they checked your bag at the gate, it would just be on the gateway when you get back. Well, now they're sending it under the plane with everything else.
Yeah.
So this story's going somewhere. So I get on the plane, and here's I literally, there was nobody in 7 or 8. I was the only person boarding in 7 or 8.
They just put you down there because they know. Yeah.
So I had my seat. I get on the plane. There is so much overhead bin space because you got to think about it. Everybody going to Orlando is probably going, almost everybody on the flight except for me is probably going to Disney World or amusement park. So they're taking big bags. So much overhead space, right? So I just don't think anything about it. I get to the airport in Orlando, go down to the thing, and I'm sitting there. I'm watching people get their bags. My bag's not coming. So I go up to the guy, and I'm like, hey, here's my ticket they gave me at the gate. Can you tell me where my bag is? And he was like, yeah. So he scans it. He goes, it's not in our system. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not? Now, mind you, this is also my flight equipment delay. So this is almost 11 o'clock at night. I still haven't got my rental car, so I haven't got to the hotel. It's like, it's not in my system. So I go to like the little kiosk and like talking to the people. They don't know where it's at. I sat there for like 30 minutes and they still don't know where it's at. And then finally they found it like in 30 minutes in, it's in Nashville. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, first of all, why is there a flight from Louisville to Nashville? That seems like the dumbest, shortest flight ever. But apparently when the guy had taken it, he didn't put it on my plane. He put it on the plane going to Nashville.
As you will. Yeah,
so long story short, I didn't get my clothes till the next day. So they told me they'd deliver it to my hotel room, and they did. But I had to go to the conference, so I'm wearing sweatpants and actually this exact same shirt I'm wearing right now to the conference. But I wore those clothes for almost 24 hours. So that was my experience.
I have a few notes.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm gonna direct this question towards Penny. I feel for his story because I've been in some bad times at the airport lately. What the hubris of going back home and getting on the treadmill and not staying at the airport.
I would just like the alone time. Send me down at the bar and I'll just.
I had like 4 hours. So
that sounds like a great time.
I was at the airport 8 hours 3 weeks ago doing the same thing. But yeah,
let me go back and run. I'm like, oh no,
that's no good. But what if should the airport start like offering things because it just seems like it's not going to get any better? They should have like a gym space or like
I don't know, something. Yeah. I will say I got also on my way back, I had an 8 a.m. flight from Orlando. And, you see all these stories about, and I figured Orlando's a pretty big airport, but I knew like New Orleans and Atlanta and like Chicago, they were saying like crazy.
Yeah.
So I had an 8 a.m. flight. So I almost moved my flight. Well, Southwest now, it used to be you could move your flight same day. Well, you still can, but they're going to charge you another ticket. So it's going to be another $250. So again, never flying Southwest again. But I ended up deciding I'm just going to bite the bullet. I got there, got up at 4 a.m., took my rental car back, got to the airport. I was in and out of security in a minute and a half. And I was just like...
So did the hotel have a toothbrush what'd you do?
No, I had my...
backpack. So you had a backpack.
Here's what I've learned. Yeah, I had a backpack. So I've learned... I put a shit extra clothes in there. Yeah. That was my fault. But normally my deodorant, toothpaste, all that is in my backpack bag, not in my suitcase. But I did not have any extra clothes. So
you were just wearing some
got
stanky drawers.
Well,
no, actually, I washed my
put it in the coffee machine.
I washed my underwear in the sink that night, and then there was a dryer.
You flip it inside out.
Yeah, so I took some quarters and dried out my underwear for the next day.
Oh my gosh, some quarters. Yeah, well, you got to go to like they've got all those gift shops at MCO. You could have got some a goofy shirt, nice piglet, something like that. You look real good. I'm a little nervous because it looks like in April, I'm going to Phoenix, and my flight leaves Phoenix at 5 a.m. at their time. And I don't know what time I'm going to have to get to the airport if things don't get better.
So I had TSA pre-check, and the pre-check line, but even the regular line, like I flew out like 5 o'clock on that Monday. There was nobody in either line. So you literally just walk through. But even coming back from Orlando, the TSA pre-check line, I literally stood behind one person, then I went right through. But even the standard line was like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like these stories that they've been... Now, I'm not saying it doesn't get worse later in the day or something, but at least my experience was it wasn't that bad.
I'm guessing in 3 more weeks, if they're still not getting paid, it's going to get worse.
Yeah, I hope that they figured that out, because I just realized I'm traveling in April.
Yeah.
And going to Boston with the marathon, I can just imagine the TSA...
drive up there, it's fine. It's 15 hours. What is that, right?
Fun. Okay.
They were offering, I don't understand how they do this. They did offer, I didn't do it because the line was bad. They were offering clear where you could just pay for it that day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but how are we scanning? Like, I don't know. That just
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because don't you have to get pre-cleared to be on clear?
Yeah, but you could, they were literally just rushing for $20. They just push you through the line.
That sounds safe.
Yeah. So I was like,
You got a fast pass to skip security seems real sketchy. Well, I think that, again, I will continue to use Southwest now that Spirit has decided it's not doing good flights anymore. It's like you can go on Tuesday, but you have to come back on Thursday or next week.
That's crazy.
So,
is it just Tuesday and Thursday out of Louisville now?
I feel like it's
But Southwest too, not only was that experience like with the whole seat thing, now I know I need to check in 24 hours in advance either way. But like the flights weren't that cheap. They were still they were a lot more expensive than they used to be.
Well, everything is, but
used to be to Orlando on Southwest, the direct flight was like $99.
Well, yeah,
and it was like twice that this time.
Well,
I can't tell you the last time I flew on Southwest.
I mean, that's what I do now because I found out that we have a Southwest card that Nicole had signed up for.
Yeah, we have that.
And my wife got that. So like I'm going to Phoenix on Southwest and I got group boarding A ready to go just because we have that card and we're getting all the miles. I'm like, this is,
we had one of those for a long time.
I don't fly enough to really utilize it, but I'm like, I'll use it while I'm here.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely 8 and 9 groups is wild because the last time, like I was in group 1 and I'm like, I'm just going to stroll on this plane after all the military people and the babies.
Well, when he told me that, I was like, it kind of reminded me of, is it Meet the Fockers? Not the
easy.
No, it's the first one, right? Is that the first one? Meet the Parents is the first. Is the first one because he had the suitcase and she was like making him wait for his boarding. Group.
Well, like honestly, like in hindsight,
gone.
like I actually liked getting on the plane last because I didn't have to sit there forever. Like I got on, but the overhead space thing, the making me check my bag, made that whole.
Well, I hate the overhead space, and mostly it's because the other people on there, they're like, "Well, I'm going to put my fishing pole on there and take up 3 spots. Don't break it." Well, I'm like, put it under the plane.
Oh, another experience I had on the plane. This is really funny. So on the way back, it was a full flight, so I'm always aisle seat no matter what. And there was a lady that sat next to me on the plane. And it was early. I mean, it was like 8 a.m. So who knows what our night before was. But she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Aww.
And I just like stood there. And her friend was in the aisle across and was like kept looking at me. And she was like, do you mean wake her up? And I was like, she's fine. Like, she's not bothering me. But then she like woke up and then tried to play it off like she wasn't asleep on my shoulder.
Which is worse.
Yeah. So I made like I was like, you're welcome. You know,
Wow.
But I was like, I can't imagine falling asleep on a plane and putting my head on somebody's shoulder and not realizing that I did that. So anyway,
yeah, that's good. You're very friendly.
Yeah.
People say this guy. Well, listen, you might have lost your luggage, but we have a list here of the things that TSA has found that people have left behind. Have you ever left anything at the scanners?
I left a knife one time because I didn't know it was in my backpack, and they were like, "We can mail that back to you," and I was like, "No, just keep it."
No.
Well, where is this list?
Can you? Like,
I'm trying to find the list.
Is it okay? So like, you know, when you do the storage units where like you can bid on them.
Oh yeah.
You can do that with suitcases too. Did they like, I wonder if, Dolce & Gabbana?
Gold-plated golf clubs.
Where is this list?
It's kind of just in the thing. It's not really a list.
That's what I'm looking
Samurai
for.
sword?
It's not, you just passed it up. Go down a little bit more. So you had like Dolce & Gabbana.
Oh, it's
jewel
down,
jacket,
going down?
Samurai swords. You just passed it again.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, are you
It
okay?
wasn't much of a list. It was just like some things.
Well, I thought that I don't see anywhere on here where it
I
says
wonder
Samurai
what they do with all that after.
It's at
here
the
we
very
go.
top of where you are. Like if you scroll down, you're going the wrong way.
Well, you keep saying go down.
Stop.
Right? No.
Go. Keep going. Keep
Up
going.
or down?
Down.
Penny is the text higher or
And that's
lower?
what I was saying. If you're
Text is lower.
like text is
You're
lower.
going the wrong way. Wrong way.
You're
Keep going.
scrolling.
Keep going.
Under this paragraph is
And
the
stop.
paragraph. Right there.
Oh, a fully assembled robot. That's fun.
They probably found out they had to buy another ticket for it. Where are
A
you going to
matching set of samurai
Right there in the middle, the second paragraph. Each year, I am
Yeah.
amazed at the treasures discovered
This
in
is
luggage.
not the list. I apologize. There is like a whole list of these things, but people have left samurai swords, robots. Have you all ever left anything? I always see these, and I'm like, how would you? Don't you get on your plane and go, "Oh, my robot"? I don't understand how you.
No,
like I've never left
I've
anything.
always. I don't think I have. I can't. I mean, not that I would leave it behind.
I have never lost anything. I mean, knock on wood, at the airport ever. I have left. I've also lost my luggage. Like Jeremy, like they have lost my luggage.
They've lost my luggage, and I actually never got it back.
What?
They never got any of it back? Did you sue them?
So I didn't want to tell you the horror story of
Turtles. There's turtles.
Razor blades and a replica pipe bomb. Timmy, no.
Timmy.
That's where his dad's at.
Hi, guys.
Well, I'm really.
Somebody left me on a plane one time.
Yeah. And now he's here.
It was my mother, Tammy.
Sorry, honey.
where is Tammy?
Sorry.
We don't know where Tammy is. But so you lost your full luggage? You got nothing in return?
Yeah, it was a checked bag, and
that's how they get you.
they couldn't find it, and like it was Southwest, and they basically told us that we had. Like, I didn't want to tell you this because I was like, oh gosh,
y'all in your Southwest slanders got to stop.
They said they will only they were like, well, you have to have receipts on all of your clothes. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, we don't have receipts on our clothes. So they only give you, I think they only paid for like 40% of what was in the luggage.
But imagine if you had AI back then and could make a bunch of fake receipts. You could just really.
I would be furious. I'm like, well, I have this $10,000 pair of pants that you owe me for.
And it was a Disney vacation.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Oh, I like the bionic knee.
Yeah, here's the list. We got a bionic knee, a robot, a $10,000 gold diamond grill.
The meteorite.
Maybe it was Paul Wall from last week.
Beekeeping suit.
I mean, what are y'all doing? Gold-plated golf clubs, a meteorite, a teak didgeridoo.
What is that?
A pair of fire poi.
Didgeridoo?
That's like. Do
you remember that didgeridoo is? We made them in school.
I would take that home.
Do you remember the introduction to Tasmania?
I would take that beekeeper. I would take a lot of that home.
Well, yeah. I feel like people,
just for fun. Meteorite, go sell that 10K gold diamond grill.
Yeah, I wonder what they do with all. Well, you said they sell it at the thing. What are you going to do?
Pawn shop.
Give me a didgeridoo.
Take that to the pawn shop in Vegas. What's that one on TV?
What is that? Pawn Stars?
Pawn Stars. Yeah.
That's a terrible show.
What?
Just
I like
for the
it.
record.
It's fun.
Well,
I love how people are like, well, I kind of want to pay for my, I don't know, something stupid. They'll come up with something. I'm like, yeah, right. You definitely want to go to the casino.
Yeah,
spend it.
It's your spouse is in jail. We know you're just trying to get a bail bond.
Something
what
stupid.
Are you talking about? And why do you have Babe Ruth's gold tooth? It doesn't even make sense. Where did this even come from? So, all right. Well, hey, since you've been gone, I know we're not real
Since
big.
you've been gone.
I know. Oh my gosh, we have ADHD. That's the first thing I was thinking. Okay.
Is that Kelly Clarkson?
It is.
Yeah, that's great.
That was
great.
that album, Straight Fire, no skips on that first one, and then she really fell off. But she's got her own little show.
That's the only song I know of hers. Is that?
No,
Since
Oh,
You've Been
man.
Gone?
thinking, I was like, okay.
What? No, that about.
Was that
She would
Breakaway?
walk around the sidewalk. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That whole album was good.
Yeah.
Well,
I can breathe for the first time. That's all I know.
she was allergic to that guy. No, that's what happened.
Is she married to a hockey player?
Yeah. He died.
Oh, her hockey player husband died?
Her husband died, y'all.
What are we talking about?
Kelly Clarkson.
Okay. Well,
Her
Okay.
husband died?
Yeah. Brandon Blackstone. He's Reba's son,
McIntyre?
stepson.
Why is his name
Yeah.
not McIntyre?
I mean, is that even her real name?
Brandon Blackstock.
Brandon.
He died last year.
Yeah, of cancer.
Oh, no.
Wasn't she just on The Voice?
He is. Or she is.
Does she have a talk show?
She does. She has the little Kelly Clarkson show. What is happening? We are just old people at the nursing
Y'all
home.
are. I knew exactly.
Y'all, I mean this conversation. So speaking of old people, did y'all at all keep up with the Oscars?
No.
Yes.
I know that. Well, that was. If I had to put money on it, that's what I would have guessed. Did you see any of the movies that won awards, or
Yeah.
have any thoughts on these?
Sinners is a great movie.
Yeah, Sinners was good. I did
Right.
like that.
I enjoyed Sinners. I don't know about great. I will
it was
say
entertaining.
people love that guy Coogler, and I like him a lot. But this Oscar hype for every time he puts a movie out, they get real into
Yeah.
it. They were like, Black Panther, it's the best movie ever. And I'm like, ew, it was good.
Actually,
It was
thought
not
Black-
the best Marvel movie,
What?
though.
I thought it was.
I
It
enjoyed
was
Black
good.
Panther. It should not have been nominated.
I even
for
like the second one.
There
I
were
thought that
much
was a
better
really-
Marvel movies than that. If they were
Yeah.
going to nominate one, it shouldn't have been Black Panther.
I think that Michael B. Jordan, I thought he did. I did not know that and this
like
might
him.
just be being old and stupid. I didn't realize he was playing both those roles for half an hour in that movie. And I'm like, oh, he's
Wow.
good. He's
in
really
Sinners?
Yeah.
You thought he had a
Smoke
twin?
and Stack.
I thought it was like a guy that looked like Michael B. Jordan. I thought like a similar enough look. I was like, oh, honey, I'm stupid. He's playing both parts, isn't he? It wasn't like the Parent Trap
Paul,
where it
I
was
was like,
clear-
Paul, are we sure we know that Lindsay Lohan was playing both parts?
That was pretty clear because they were like, look at her. She's playing both roles. I didn't know anything about Sinners going into it.
Smoke and Stack. Yeah.
Yeah, Smokestack, very clever. Have you seen One Battle After Another?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
It was a lot. I wasn't that crazy about it because it was a lot happening, but it was all right. It's a
I
good movie.
assume Jeremy hasn't seen that.
What is it?
One battle after another.
We've talked about this. He has.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I would go as far as say I think it's a bad movie.
Yeah,
take that.
Yeah,
It's good.
he told me to watch it. He's like, it's not really that good. I'm like, well, I'll watch
I
it.
feel like sometimes they hype up Leonardo DiCaprio movies, and I'm not like crazy about them, but they're good. I didn't think that one was good.
No, and it won.
Like he's made some movies that I'm like, all right, I get the hype, but like,
The Wolf of Wall Street was good. Inception.
hey, do you guys know what Michael B. Jordan got his start on?
Yes.
The Wire.
Days of Our Lives, right?
All My Children.
All Much.
Oh, he was on
And
that.
then he was
before,
on Friday Night Lights.
He was on that before
I
The
love Friday Night
Wire.
Lights. No, he did it on The Wire, but that was his first regular spot. Was on All My Children.
Yeah.
He was so good. Yeah. Well, I really like him a lot. I think he was good in Creed. All
Yeah, the
those
Creed movies are
Creed.
good.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't get over how bad I thought that Leonardo DiCaprio movie was.
It was
I just-
pretty terrible.
I just could not.
Weapons was good too. Did you watch Weapons?
I did. Wait, it's weird because these are all what I consider our Halloween movies, and they were all up for Oscars
Yeah.
because we watched them all.
Did you watch Weapons?
No.
You need to. It's
The
good.
trailer was really good, and then that movie, the ending was insane.
Yeah,
I would recommend Weapons. It was good, but
I'm trying to think what else was winning at the Oscars.
I try not to. I used to be like real into all the movies, and I'd try to watch all the ones that I'd heard of. But this year, I was like, well, these are on TV now and streaming. I'm like, these are bad movies.
I'm actually surprised that Nuremberg wasn't nominated
good.
for something.
It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Sean Penn won for one battle, and I'm
He
like,
didn't even show up.
these movies don't make any sense.
Yeah, the Sean Penn character. Now it's all coming back to me.
he wasn't
about that
good
movie.
in it.
No, it was there was some weird stuff in that movie, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I was like, who are we cheering for? Everybody's kind of a jerk.
And I kept trying to figure out, like, is there like like some of those movies, like there's a subtle, like, they're talking about something, but like in that one, I was just like, what are we talking about right now?
Yeah, it was real bad. It
was a lot.
That's just my opinion of it. So I don't know.
That's just my hot take.
Can we take a time out because I need to go to the restroom? real quick?
Yes. Well, there's
But
this,
he did rap on that SNL thing.
yeah. Well, that's what Penny said. He actually does rap on this guy's single. He did a remix of it because they're convinced that this British rapper that wears a mask is Timothy Chalamet.
Maybe it is.
I don't know. All right. Well, we'll just move on from that. Have you all seen the debacle? So Jeremy, we consider him our leader. He's pretty great.
Okay.
And he doesn't like to be on camera. He says, he's good. He's on stage is nice,
Oh,
but
please.
he doesn't want to be in the limelight.
No.
Have you seen? Are you chewing gum?
A Tootsie Roll.
Okay. The McDonald's CEO take a bite of that new Big Arch.
I have.
Have you seen that?
It's pretty terrible.
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen that? It's been all over the internet.
Oh my gosh! It's
I'm
so
surprised.
funny.
I'm sure my TikTok will show me later.
It was like 2 weeks ago. Might be already passed. So I'm guessing neither one of you have had what is that called?
I've had the Big Arch. I got it.
What's that like?
It's okay.
What kind of cheese is on that?
It's really big. White cheese.
like American white cheese?
Yeah, just white cheese.
Okay.
That was my rap name.
White cheese.
It's good. The bun is huge, and it's a lot of bun. I'll tell you that.
Big buns and a...
Oh my gosh!
What,
here
we have to edit this out. What are you doing?
we can't play that song. We can't afford it. So this guy,
Wow.
So first of all, I will say,
Kind of looks like Peyton Manning.
if I want a CEO, I do like the look of this guy because he's a huge dork. And he is not, I don't want a flashy guy. We've seen the people who want to be in front of the camera and talk and be flashy, and they own a bunch of companies and they run them into the ground because.
I thought Ronald McDonald was the CEO.
Well, see,
I feel like he should be.
This guy might be more of a clown than Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
He goes to eat. First of all, if you could listen, you can't. I'm sorry, Penny. He's talking about this burger. He doesn't know anything about it.
Look at his mouth.
He's like, oh, it's got some kind of poppy. Oh, some kind of seed. Oh, it's got an onion on it. And he's just describing.
Here's my favorite thing, though. Like, if you're McDonald's and this is going on your, like,
Don't put this out.
Like, the burger doesn't
Oh, it
even
looks-
look
no,
good.
it looks bad.
Like, you would have had that. Like, I would have had that professionally made.
Wait
by
till
a
this
chef.
guy. Wait till this bite, Penny. Look at this.
What's his bite? Yeah, he's gonna tear into
He looks
it.
like he's gonna. Just kidding.
I mean,
He just got the bun.
He just ate the
got some
bun.
sauce on it. And he's like, yum.
Look at that bite. And he even said in the video, I'm about to take this big bite. He goes, I eat this every day for lunch.
Hey, can you get that DoorDash chair? I want to try it.
He had the nerve to say then, he was like, well, the truth is, I didn't take a big bite because I'd already had one of those for lunch and we shot that late in the day.
You could just split it into four.
I was like, you couldn't take another bite? I don't know. That guy, it was killing me. And then they showed the guy from Burger King just like, I mean, going after one of
I mean, you would
Well,
have.
all of them are doing it now. They're all doing it. Wendy's, rallies. I mean, like, all of them.
Okay.
I
They're
can't
all
believe you
taking
haven't seen
big
that.
bites. Now, I will say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say this. All right. So of all the fast food burger chains, Burger King's my favorite. And they've done messed with the Whopper.
They've done messed with it.
They've done messed with it, and they say it's better now, and it is not. I prefer the old Whopper.
I don't like.
What do you
Whoppers.
mean they messed with
Too much
it?
stuff on it?
It doesn't taste flame grilled. That was like their whole thing. Like it doesn't taste.
The Whopper's supposed to. Oh yeah,
flame grilled. Yeah, it doesn't taste flame grilled, and they changed the lettuce on it so where it's more like crisp lettuce. But I'm like, I liked the old lettuce, and
I like the flimsy lettuce.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that they put this out. They saw that happen and said, "Can we get another take of that where you actually take a bite of the burger?" And then I wish you could skip through this reel or the short and show that the guy from Burger King was like, "I mean, I'll go back in the back with the workers."
How many patties is on it?
Two,
on the Arch Deluxe, it's
Yeah.
two.
Four,
It's
I
two
don't
quarter
know.
pounders.
Two
It's a
quarter
half pound burger.
which is fine, but
It's a big
lot of-
burger. It's a lot of bun. The
terrible
bun
burger.
is huge.
Anyway, this guy, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a
Well,
burger."
I at least like the fact that he's just in a button up, and the other guy was like in his sweater. Ugh.
That guy is not great.
But they're all doing it. Like Rally's even did one. I'm like, I didn't even know Rally's had like a.
I haven't
CEO.
had a Rally's burger in like 100 years.
I thought Rally just popped up. I
He
didn't know they
did
even
know
had like,
Rally's
I didn't know they even had like a corporate headquarters.
just a guerrilla company that just.
they're just popping up everywhere.
All right.
Where is a Rally's headquarters?
Well, so here's the thing: Wendy's is
Raleigh,
out. There's a new
North
job at
Carolina.
Wendy's.
Jeez.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Wendy's.
I'm gonna say Nashville.
We don't know about
Nobody
Raleigh.
cares.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yes, go ahead. Wendy's is.
I think Nate Bargatze in Nashville with Jeremy's clothes in
Yeah.
a suitcase. They're all down there.
Yep.
Well, let's take a guess. What do you think Raleigh's headquarters is?
I'm gonna guess Rally's headquarters. It feels like it probably comes out of like Detroit.
I'm going to say Virginia, but also it's also
But
Checkers.
they're also checkers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bet Virginia's probably a good guess.
Where is it?
Detroit.
Checkers and Rally. So where do you
Same.
think?
Detroit.
I said Virginia.
Detroit.
Florida.
What? Okay, that kind of makes sense.
Of course. Why
Yeah.
does it make
Rally
sense?
seems like it would be like a Florida restaurant.
I agree
Yeah.
because of the drive-through.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm sure everybody
Although I
wanted
will
to know
say
that.
the Rally
Cut that out. All right.
Rally's does have the fries. The fries they got right. Everything else is pretty not great.
You know what they don't do well is the drive-through that you can go either side, and I hate it.
no. But
So
the
the
fries
passenger
are good.
can-
The fries are worth going every once in a while just to get the fries.
Yeah, I haven't had a Rally's in. It's been a while.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't had Rally's.
That's
in a
what I'm saying.
while.
The fries are good though. The rest of it's
Jeremy,
not
order
great.
some Rally's. All right.
DoorDash it.
Well, so
Hungry.
Wendy's is they've got a new position there, not CEO but a CTO, and they are offering a job, a $100,000 chief tasting officer for a month's work, and you're basically just doing taste test and making social content for that. So, what do y'all think about Wendy's?
Sign me up.
Rally. See, I used to love Wendy's, and then
I like Wendy's.
they done messed up because So when I used to work,
What is this? What is this accent we're taking on?
they done messed up.
You said they done changed that Whopper and they done messed up at
They
Wendy's.
done. They did. So I mean, when they had the 99-cent menu, it was great because you could get. So you could go, and this is when I used to
100 years ago.
do things back in the day. So you get the 420 special. You get 4 of 99-cent menus. It comes out to $4.20. And so after a day of having some fun, you
They
go.
have the $5 biggie bag.
Nobody wants the biggie bag.
The big back bag.
Nobody
That's what
wants
we
a
call it.
double burger meal deal. Double burger meal deal with the biggie bag.
Listen, that's what we get because I refuse to pay $12 for a Wendy's meal. I do like their food, but it's far too expensive. When we went to U of L, or when I went to U of L, everything was 99 cents there.
Yeah.
It was great. And it was like how many nuggets?
You get
and
the double
burgers
stack. You get a double stack
for $1.
The fact that he has so much information about fast food.
You get a
says something
double
about
stack
Jeremy.
and a junior bacon cheeseburger and fries and a soda for
Yeah.
$4.20.
Yeah.
Say that again. Junior bacon cheeseburger.
Junior bacon cheeseburger. Double burger meal deal. Double burger meal deal.
What is double burger meal deal?
It's McDonald's.
Is that a thing they do?
Yeah, they have a double burger meal deal.
I don't know.
It's only,
Stupid.
I don't know.
So stupid.
you never got the daily double? It's called
No.
it says on the thing double burger meal deal.
No, I don't know what a daily double
So
is.
the daily double, so they have a double cheeseburger,
Okay.
and they have a daily double. The daily double is a double cheeseburger, but they put lettuce, tomato, and mayo on it.
Oh.
Double burger meal deal.
And they call it the double burger meal deal.
All right. Well, that's pretty great.
Okay,
Excited about
we're
that.
done with that.
All right. Well, I was going to.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I agree. Well, so I was going to have one more thing before we go. Do your kids eat? Do we do fast food at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as much though anymore.
Do they still get like kids meals with fun things in them? Anybody?
Yes, I still make my kids order kids meals.
Yeah. Do they like the toys, or do you just get it because it's at least reasonably priced?
More because it's reasonably priced. I don't really care about the toy.
Yeah. Do you remember as kids going and being
Yeah.
like, I can't wait to, what was your favorite thing as a child to get at the kids meal? Like what was the favorite toy or whatever, that something you're like, I'll go eat whatever because they've got that.
The greatest toys that were ever given were not from a fast food place, but from Pizza Hut when they did the Land
the
Before
puppets.
Time.
Oh, those things, I can
puppets.
still smell them.
Yep.
I had those.
Your
Those
hands
were the
would just
best.
sweat.
There was a full on, and then Burger King one time did a thing with the Simpsons, and you get a Bart Simpson doll.
I like the McDonald's toys that were robots and they
The
turned
changeables.
Yeah,
yeah.
the changeables.
They brought
were
them
cool.
back. That they just stopped, I think, a new version of that.
And I used to love during Halloween. They would, when they did the buckets. I'm not
The
sure.
Boo Buckets. They did those in the last few years too, but they were smaller.
Those. I collected McDonald's toys.
Listen, I had so many.
What did you do?
She collected McDonald's toys.
Are
I
they
had them on a
still?
shelf.
Are they still at your parents' house?
Pretty sure.
I have some in my office. I have a couple changeables. I have the Fraggle Rock set of the toys. If and I tell my family this all the time, if I had not met Nicole at the time of my life, I would have all these Batman Forever glasses. Do you remember those? The glass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We used to get those fun things. My house would be a real showplace of. Like I met her in the sweet spot where the internet really hadn't started getting real collectible, and I didn't have like tons of money to throw around at things. But I'm like, I can just.
Well, I hate to say this, but you and I might have some undiagnosed.
Oh, I've self-diagnosed lots of problems I've got. If you could see the shelves of my childhood in my office,
Right. I'm like, maybe we need to
I had
get evaluated.
I don't need it. I don't. Why are you going to mess with all this? Is what I say. Do you remember the Super Mario 3 came out? They
Yeah.
had the boxes and then all the little. I mean, this is just. It's what we did because everything was a toy when we were children. So I don't know
Yeah.
how girls dealt with things, but we had a lot of everything was a robot and had lasers.
Yeah.
And
I still get kids' meals, actually.
yeah,
Yeah. Arby's has a good one.
Arby's.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know Arby's had a kids.
Arby's has a kids meal.
The kids meats. Is that what is?
Is
the,
that one of their sliders?
It's like one slider with some fries.
Is that
perfect amount.
$9.
No, it's like $6.
They
$6 for a kids meal?
Get a
Weren't
drink.
Happy Meals like $1.99 at one point? I mean, I know this is gonna sound old, but weren't they like originally like $1.99 or
used
something
to be
like that?
75 cents.
Really?
No. Well, so here's the thing. I used to get the 2 cheeseburger meal quite frequently at McDonald's, and it was $2.99
Yeah.
for the value meal. So I imagine a Happy Meal was $2. And when we were in our Happy Meal phase a few years ago, where we were getting them more often than we would go to, our kids were doing gymnastics, and it was over by the McDonald's, so it was late at night, and we weren't cooking dinner, and I was like, we'll just get Happy Meals. They were $8 for the Happy Meals.
Do you know what I miss from the Happy Meals?
What's that?
The cookies. Do you remember the cookies?
Yeah.
Those were good.
They don't do that anymore for sure.
Those were good. That's
McDonald's cookies, yeah.
Those
Oh,
were
yeah,
good.
the little
and they were shaped like
shortbread.
the characters.
Little characters, yeah. Well, our kids don't know who the Fry Guys
We
are.
gotta stop talking about
Who
food.
Birdie. Oh, all right. Well, we're done then because we are talking about other things, and I think what Jeremy just had in the meeting, this health over hurry, actually tied into what I wanted to talk about because. And I'll ask Jeremy. We can talk. Are y'all being immature together? Great. Is it about me?
No.
Okay, good. Then I'm fine with it. We'll let them gather themselves.
Texting my mom.
Oh no,
I texted her mom about her McDonald's toy collection.
he's jealous. He's hating. I don't know.
I'm hoping her mom sent me a picture of it.
Oh,
I hope,
I'm
I
sure
hope it's
she's-
like on a shelf and it's just like all sitting
My
there.
mom's probably gonna go find it now. That's great. Good for you. You're done. You're done. Okay, let's move on.
I could bring in mine on Sunday. I could bring in my kidney stone. I have all kinds of things on the shelves. in my house.
Gosh, Paul. Actually, that's kind of cool. You should bring that in.
All right. Oh man, it's going to be quite a.
Turn that into a stone.
So I've joked before because I know that I had a grandmother pass in the last few years, and she just had a storage unit full of garbage that my dad had to deal with. But I think my kids, while they will miss me, they will enjoy going through the box. They're like, this stuff is so fun.
My mom has, do you remember the wrestling figures, but they were like the rubbery ones? Like
Yeah.
they were all posed, but you kind of bend them. She's got that whole bin of them.
They were the
So,
LJN action figures, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, those. I don't know. Depends on the condition those were in. I wish I still had all of mine. I know. Well, Chris Henson makes another appearance in this one. I do remember he had all his, and I've never been more jealous of an adult. I was like, oh, you've got all your
Yeah, all of his wrestling
wrestlers from your childhood. I would love it. So I have a couple Brutus the Barber beefcakes, but that's all I've got
I
left.
had a junkyard dog.
Oh, well,
That's my favorite.
he was good too. But we're checking the phone. We're getting it.
Did she reply?
Nope, this is a staff text. Oh, come on. What are we doing? No, never mind. All right. Well, so Jeremy.
Yes.
This is a question, and we can all lead off in this, but from your opinion, being the head honcho over here at the table, I was trying to find a way to ask this, but so as Christians, we're supposed to help people. We're supposed to be like Jesus out in the world and, deal with things in that fashion. But is it okay for us to really strive for just peace in our own life if we put some of the other stuff at the wayside? Is peace in our lifetime, not for like the world? I know there's a lot of terrible things going on in the world right now, but like in our own life, like for instance, we just had a lot going on lately and just trying to get back to finding personal, just peacefulness. Is that something that is okay to strive for, or does that make sense? Does that question make sense at all?
I think so.
So like Jesus did not look for like peace in his life. He was not here for that. So if we're trying to emulate him, is looking for like a calmness in our own life, is that something that is bad? Is that selfish, or is that something that...
Well, I think that, I don't disagree with you. I do think Jesus did search for peace. I think that, he talks a lot about being a peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
even,
not within himself. That seems like a...
Yeah, but I think it did. So I think the dichotomy of Jesus is that he is fully God, but he's also fully human. And he never turns off his fully human aspects. So... I think that there are times, like the most famous one I think of is like right when he's in the garden praying and he's not arguing with God, but he's like saying like basically like your will done. I don't want to do this. Like he doesn't want to go to the cross. Like your will done, not my. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. So I think he's in those moments wrestling with the humanness of that moment that like he's about to die and nobody wants to die.
Right.
And he's not only going to just die. It's going to be a painful death. So even though he's fully God, he's also going to experience excruciating death like a human would. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So all that to say, and then I think like in light of our conversation we just had with staff, like he often is going off by himself and trying to retreat. And so I think that like that fully human part of him is there. So I think he was looking for peace in some ways.
Yeah.
So,
but do you think that is bad in our day-to-day life if we're called to like serve and do other things to be able to find or is it just more about
no? Because I think that if you're okay, so it goes back to, for me, if you're serving other people to try to earn something, I think that's a problem.
Okay.
I think if you find yourself and you're rooted in who you are, and you're serving from a place of probably I don't know how to use the word peace, but it fits. Like peace in your life, then you're not serving for approval. You're not serving so people will be like, oh, look at you. You're just doing it because you're in a good place. And so when you're in a good place, you're able to give more to other people. Okay. Does that make sense?
So like when you're in a plane and they're like, cover your own face first before you help out someone else because you can't really do anything if you're also dying on the...
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if you're serving out of... If you're in a good, peaceful place in your mindset, you can serve people and never have to get recognition for it. But if you're not in a good space, then you might, I'm not saying everybody does this, but you might be serving, because you want people to, I don't know. Does that make sense a little bit?
Well, I wouldn't think of it as, I don't like serving to get recognition. I don't think that's like a fun thing, but I think with all, like a lot of stuff that's been going on lately, the things that bring me stress aren't the things like that. It's like the things that are pulling me apart from being the way I think I should be are just, they're silly, like worldly issues, but like with a dumb dog issue, or just like my wife and her family and the baby, they, all the trouble they were just having in this last week. And it's just like, I just would like a few days to just sit and nothing go on. And, it just seems sometimes it's like, is this selfish to go, I don't want to help anybody and I don't want any more responsibilities put on me. I would like to just, even if it's just sitting and staring, it just sounds nice.
I don't think that he wants us to give up on the gift of what life is and enjoyment of it. And if that involves peace, like you should enjoy the sunset. You should enjoy like the sunrise, and there's heaven on earth right here. And I don't think he wants us to forget that. So finding peace in moments is okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that everything has to be radical or every moment has to be. I think he did the same thing. I'm sure. So as a human, the human part of him while he was here.
Okay.
Well, and I think that when you talk about peace, I think it you have to define what we're talking about too. So like, what is peace, right? So like, we've using this word as like, okay, peace is peace and quiet, like peace and calm.
Well,
like,
yeah. Okay,
being
but
by myself, isolating myself, type of thing. But like peace really is more about your inner being okay. Does that make sense? And so your inner being okay, you might be quiet and peaceful as we would define it, but the inside of you is not good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or you might be really, really busy, so we wouldn't think of it as like a peaceful time. But if you're in a good spot, like inside, you're at peace. Does that make sense? You're okay with things.
Well, I mean, I guess so. Like you seem like you're okay with a lot of things, but you are very busy all the time outwardly. But do you feel like inside you're peaceful?
I think you have to work at it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm always at peace. Like that wouldn't be accurate. But I think that and I'm not, it's going to sound awful when I say it. I'm not saying I'm mature, but I think when you get to a place when you have some maturity in your life and in your faith, you can be at peace with things more. Not everything. Now, again, I'm not saying I get this right, but not everything sets you off or everything is like the biggest deal in the world. Mm-hmm. And I think too, a part of it, we're gonna get real weird. So like when you do what I do for a living, you are around death a lot. Mm-hmm. And death just has a way of changing your perspective of things and you become more okay with things because does that make sense? Like you're just like, it's not that bad, Like, yeah. I'm not dead or they're not dead,
like,
or yeah.
Well, like that life it's fleeting. And, yeah. There is an end to all of it. Yeah. All right.
And honestly, the more you get around death, like, and this isn't death talk, but you actually get more at peace with it, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I think we're scared of it. And so, and I think a lot of people, what robs them of their peace is they're afraid of, not necessarily of dying all the time, but just of the worst thing possibly happening. I explain to people about Christianity, like why the resurrection's so impactful is, let's say the worst thing that you could possibly imagine could happen to you. How would you be after that? So whatever you think the worst thing possibly is, like, how would you respond after that?
So do you mean, would you be okay because if the worst thing's already happened, what else could happen? Or
and so like the point of it is like the reason I ask people that is if you think about the story of Christianity, the worst thing that could possibly happen happened to Jesus. Mm-hmm. So what do you know what I'm saying? Like whatever the worst case scenario is for those people, it happened to Jesus.
Yeah.
But that's the beginning of the story, not the end of it. So how do you respond if the worst possible thing could happen?
Okay.
Does that make sense a little bit? Like, cause I think what robs us of our peace is these scenarios we make up in our heads of like what's going to happen and all this stuff.
That's bad for me. That's what I do.
And I think that's the point of Christianity is, okay, so let's say it does happen because it could happen. So then what? What are you going to do next?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you should dwell on that because it'll also drive you crazy, but I think that's the piece that like I find it interesting that like when Jesus dies and the first thing he says to his disciples when he sees them is peace be with you. Mm-hmm. They've just been through a very traumatic experience because they didn't know, even though he told them, like they didn't know he was actually going to rise from the dead. Like they thought this person that they've put everything into, it's all gone. It's done. And the very first thing he says to them is like, peace be with you. Like it's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Your thoughts on that, Penny?
Yep.
What are your thoughts?
What are you talking about?
I said, any thoughts on that? Thoughts? You said, yep.
No, I agree. I kind of want him to say that to me right now. That'd be really great.
Peace be with you.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a lot going on too.
Well, I think that everybody's peace is different, like what they consider peace in their lives. And so whatever season you are, like in age or whether you're children or where you are currently with your job, like with us, it's like I find peace knowing that my kids are a little older, so it is easier to do the children's ministry job that I can put, my worth into the kids here and to the ministry here. But also I know that time is precious. So I struggle, I wrestle with that as a leader. Like, am I giving as much to my children as at home as the children I do here?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes the only way I feel like I can find peace is that I get, we went through a very hard year, like with the flood and the rebuilding. And it's like, it doesn't seem like it's, we're ending it still. We're still building. We're still putting stuff together. And it's like, I just want it to be accomplished so that I can be at peace knowing that I am giving worth at home and also here at my job. So
yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Like I can tell you what not to do is don't get on Instagram or any Facebook memories or anything like that. And you start looking at pictures of your kids when they're like one and you're like, well,
I struggle all the time with that. I struggle as a leader because as when you serve in a church, like you're putting the church
right
before some things. Like there's things that I had to give up as a mom in order to do my job. Mm-hmm. So I wrestle with that constantly. And even though they are older and they don't need me as much, I still think I don't want to look back and regret those moments that I missed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm still working on peace with that.
Yeah.
Well,
I understand.
I think that the question becomes the way we think of peace. Now that I've articulated a lot of things that hopefully made sense. The biggest one I think of is the people that I know. And like when you study peace, like you can study it from a Christian perspective. You can also study it from like world philosophy and all that stuff. So like we think of peace outside of our circumstances. And I think what Jesus is saying and what he's trying to do is, can you have peace in spite of your like in those circumstances? Mm-hmm. Can you still have peace? And I think that, yes, it's possible for us to have peace outside of our circumstances because we can just ignore it, pretend like it doesn't exist, get away for a week, hope it works out even though it never does. And it can feel like peace, but that's also fleeting. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not going to last because eventually you have to step back into it.
Yeah.
And I think when you think of what Jesus is trying to get us to is to have peace in spite of our circumstances.
Okay. Yeah.
That's very hard to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not saying that's easy. I'm saying that's I think that's the goal.
Right.
Is that you can learn to have peace in spite of it, not just outside of your circumstances.
Yeah. I think that's what's hard for me is because I think I probably talked about it on here before, but like Nicole is very good in a tragedy or in like an emergency because she was raised in such a way where it was just trauma and after like just a rough childhood, and I was the opposite. So like I would do anything to avoid a tragedy where she's like almost like, oh, finally something I can fix because this is how like she deals with an emergency. Well, I would go out of my way to make it not happen in the first place. So like I'm constantly like we were talking about like needing rest and like doing like that kind of thing. It's like you're always, I've heard it discussed like spinning plates and you're like, I got to go to the next, like keep that one going and that one's slowing down. It's going to fall. And like, she's just like, there's broken plates. I can clean that up. But I'm like, no, don't let them fall. What are we doing? That kind of like frantic.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's too also like, it's going to sound really weird, but like when I look back at my life, like including the flood, like, and it was terrible. And there's times I've just like want to be like, why did we have to go through that? There was also a lot of neat things that came out of that. And I think back even like some of the tragedies that I faced in life, not saying I'd want to go through those again, but there was also some really interesting things that came out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like when my dad died, like that was, obviously nobody wants that to happen. And that was very sad and probably one of the saddest things I've ever had to go through. But his passing away also brought his side of the family back into the picture. Does that make sense? And I'm not.
Were they not? I mean,
they were not. We hadn't spoken to my dad's side of the family in probably 20 years.
Oh wow! Okay.
And then when he passed away, my aunt like obviously came to the funeral, came to the hospital. We were able to make peace with them to some degree. And actually, not that everything's okay now because if you don't speak to somebody for 20 years, like it's hard to rebuild all that.
Right.
But like there's communication now where there once wasn't. Does that make sense? And so again. There's not that I had peace in that, but there were some things that came out of some of those things that may not have happened if we hadn't had to go through that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think that's a healthy way to look at it.
Yeah.
The peace in spite of the circumstances, not because of the circumstances. That's good.
Yep.
Some big stuff. All right. Well, so, hey, really, again, we just keep bringing this down at the end, but I think that's good. I think that's like a nice, a nice way to wrap that up. I know we got the very, positive endorsement from the pulpit on Sunday of the 30 minutes of the dumbest stories you'll ever hear about, and then followed up at the end with some talk.
Yeah.
So appreciate you, Jeremy.
We got to stay true to the word.
Yeah. So does anybody else have any closing thoughts, or we'll just wrap this up and we'll get back to our regular job here?
Penny hasn't said much today. You got any closing thoughts over there?
Penny's just
what?
I think she said a lot. And
let's hear some closing thoughts. It's always me and Paul at the end. Let's
whoa,
see what you got to say.
See us for Easter.
Now,
Thursday, April 2nd.
Now, Penny, tell me again. I hear that Thursday, April 2nd, there's going to be some fun.
We're going to have a Easter egg glow party for ages like, let's say like toddlers to 5th grade.
Yeah.
And we're just going to have a good time. It's going to be a live Bible story. I'm going to teach it. It's going to be interactive, and we're going to have a good time. Come see us. Especially if you're going out of town. Like if you're going on spring break, come to church on Thursday.
Listen, come to church on Thursday. Don't come on Sunday.
Yeah. Please don't come to that 10 a.m.
And we have
leave that for our guests.
Yeah. We'll have 8:30. We're going to have some nice donuts get you going. Is that correct? Donuts on Sunday sunrise service.
I got a surprise on Easter. I got some stuff.
A surprise.
Okay. I don't know what that entails.
I'm not gonna
it's a surprise. I'm not telling
not
anybody.
even gonna guess and speculate, so we're not held liable in case
Jesus, Jeremy down there. Is he gonna dress like Jesus and come out of the
if we
come out of the what?
Can
the
we
cave?
But we use this room back
Nobody
here.
saw him come out of the cave.
And we could
They found his cloths.
like that closet.
But
next
that's not
to
biblically accurate.
Nobody
ever saw him come out.
We could find Jeremy's cloths, and we could wonder where he is. That shirt he's wearing.
We could have it folded on the table.
Like, Jeremy's risen. His clothes are here. What a all right. Well,
some spices, some cinnamon, some nutmeg just laying there.
Oh, some nutmeg. I like that. That's good.
Okay, that's enough.
All right. Well, hey,
we're done.
Hopefully we'll see you in Easter. Check all the social media and things for anything going on. And thanks again for listening to another episode of the Divinely Inspired Podcast.
And all you'd ever hear me say is how it should be with you. That's all you'd ever hear me say. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone.
All right, shut them down.